Hey guys, welcome back to Fantasy Tipped. Julian here for an exciting episode. This year, as I do every single year, I'm making an episode about my top 10 rookies going into the NHL this year. I'm ranking them 1 to 10, and number 1 is who I think will probably win the Calder Trophy this year, as well as be the most impactful fantasy rookie. Before I jump into it, guys, drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you are already subscribed, considering hitting that join button on YouTube, taking that support to the next level, you can hit that on YouTube or you can join my Patreon. Either way, you're supporting me and you gain access to so many perks like being able to join a Patreon or YouTube subscription exclusive fantasy league with me in it. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I definitely recommend you guys join that. You get so many other perks too, like being able to see my rankings as well as so much else. Let's jump right into it now, guys, and let's take a look at my top 10 rookies. But first, an honorable mention at number 11, it's Josh Doan of the Utah Hockey Club. Last year, in the very small sample size of 11 games, he scored 5 goals and added 4 assists for a total of 9 points. Now, I don't think he's going to continue like that this year because that shooting percentage was almost 22%. So there's definitely going to be a little bit of regression there, but I do think he's going to have himself a pretty nice year and definitely contend for the Calder Trophy this year. At number 10, I have Cutter Gauthier, a very talented prospect who was flipped last year from Philadelphia to Anaheim in exchange for Jamie Drysdale. Now, he's probably going to get an opportunity this year in Anaheim's top 6. He's projected to play alongside Trevor Zegras and Frank Vatrano. If he does play there, he definitely has the opportunity to impress and could definitely put up some points this year. I have him at number 10 because I'm not expecting too much from him yet this season, but I do believe he will be a star in the NHL. The next guy I've got on this list is Mavrik Bourque of the Dallas Stars. And the only reason he's not higher on this list, because I do believe in his talent, is because Dallas is absolutely stacked as a team already. Their top line is Robertson, Hintz, and Seguin probably. Second line, Ben, Wyatt, Johnson, and Stankoven, meaning that at best he's probably their third line center, playing with Marchment and Duchesne. And now, don't get me wrong, that's a pretty solid line, and it's going to get plenty of ice time, which is why I definitely think he's going to have himself a nice year. But Dallas may opt to put Dadonov there on the third line once again. I hope that they don't. For Bourque's sake, he definitely deserves to make the team, and I think he's going to show it in training camp. I do think he's going to have himself a pretty nice year this year and definitely could contend for the Calder Trophy. The next guy on this list is Maxim Tsiplakov of the New York Islanders, and they signed this guy out of Russia. Definitely has a lot of talent. He's kind of an overage rookie. He is 25 and actually turns 26 on September 19th, making him just barely eligible for the Calder Trophy this year. So he's definitely considered a rookie, and it is his first year in the NHL. He's projected to get top 6 minutes, and the dude's already got plenty of experience in the Russian leagues. I think he might have an impact this year. He's not someone that I'm drafting or anything like that, but he's definitely somebody that I'm keeping an eye on, and I'm pretty excited for if you're a New York Islanders fan. Next guy on this list is Nikolai Kovalenko, and if Landeskog is not ready to go day 1 of the season, Nikolai Kovalenko will probably be thrust immediately into a top 6 role in Colorado. Obviously, that's a great place to be if you're Kovalenko. He's a rookie with a whole lot of talent, and either he'll play on the top line with McKinnon and Rantanen, or he'll play with Lehkonen and Middlestat on that second line. Either way, he'll be getting plenty of ice time, probably a decent amount of power play time. Look for him to be a bit of a dark horse here in that Calder Trophy race. Again, I'm not drafting him unless I'm in a really deep league, then maybe take a shot at him. But definitely someone to keep your eye out for. At number 6, I have Will Smith, one of the top few picks 2 drafts ago. Definitely got a boatload of talent in this kid. He's projected to be the second line center this year in San Jose alongside players like Mikael Granlund and William Eklund. Honestly, pretty solid line, and Will Smith definitely could thrive with those minutes that he's going to be getting in San Jose. probably going to get top power play time there as well. San Jose's got nothing to lose. Why not give your top young guys some power play time, see what they can do? Will Smith is not someone I'll personally be drafting because I've seen him going pretty early in rankings, but he's definitely someone to be excited for. I don't love drafting rookies, guys. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. I love making these videos, but when it comes to actually drafting rookies, especially ones that are going pretty high, I don't love it because we don't know what they're going to give. And oftentimes they're overdrafted. They're drafted higher than they should be because of the hype around them. So I'm personally staying clear of Will Smith unless he drops really late, then why heck not? But definitely someone to be excited about. The next guy on this list, his fantasy value really depends on if he's given the top power play duties in Montreal. That is Lane Hutson. When the Habs drafted this guy, obviously being a Habs fan, I was so excited. I was actually at the draft in Montreal, and I was jumping up and down out of my seat when he drafted Lane Hutson. I knew how talented this kid was, and I knew that we had just gotten an absolute gem. Now, fast forward a couple years, and he's probably going to crack the lineup this year. And if he does, there's a good chance the Habs might give him that top power play spot. And in 2 games he played last year, he got 2 assists. And let's not forget the Habs traded for Patrick Laine. That could be a pretty deadly top power play with Laine, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, and Cole Caulfield. Sign me up for that. Lane Hutson could deliver a really nice season if he is given that opportunity. And he's not someone who I've seen go super early in drafts. So if you want to throw a super late pick at him, I don't absolutely hate that if you're in a pretty deep league. The next guy I have on the list is Macklin Celebrini of the San Jose Sharks, projected to skate on the top line with Tyler Toffoli and Fabian Zetterlund. And for those of you who have been living under a rock, Celebrini was the first overall draft pick at the most recent NHL draft. The kid's definitely got a hell of a lot of talent, but it is his rookie season, and obviously there's a lot of hype surrounding him, so he is going to be going too early in drafts. I would strongly recommend you avoid him in drafts. He's also a natural center, so there's not too much value in drafting him this year. Obviously, super exciting to see him play his rookie season. I'm definitely excited to see how he does, but I'm not drafting him for fantasy. The next guy on this list is Dustin Wolf of the Calgary Flames. And he's someone who actually might have a real fantasy impact this year because he's going to be given the opportunity to be the #1 goalie in Calgary. Now, no, I know. Calgary is not one of the best teams in the league. Not by a long shot. But he does have that chance to be the #1 goalie and probably starts the majority of the games this year. He could really prove himself because he is a really, really talented young goalie. One of the brightest stars in the NHL with a very bright future. I think Dustin Wolf is a pretty decent goalie. I have him ranked in the 20s as to best goalie this year, so definitely someone who should be drafted in your league as long as more than 20 goalies get drafted. Dustin Wolf definitely has some value, and he definitely could contend for the Calder this year if he can string together some really good starts. Next guy on this list is Matvei Michkov of the Philadelphia Flyers. The consensus steal of the draft 2 drafts ago. Michkov has a boatload of talent. The dude can score, and he's a really, really dynamic forward. Now, he's projected to play on the first or second line in Philadelphia. He's projected to get top power play time in Philadelphia. They're going to give Michkov every opportunity to succeed because they like Michkov and they want to make him happy because he is their star player and probably will be a star player for many, many years to come. I think Michkov has a very good chance of impressing this year and a very good chance of winning the Calder. Currently, Michkov has an ADP of 152.5 and he's listed as a right winger. I definitely don't absolutely hate that, and if he drops a little bit more, he could actually end up being a steal, which is kind of crazy because I really don't normally encourage drafting rookies, but if he is going that late, he's definitely got the upside. And at #1, who else? Logan Stankoven of the Dallas Stars, projected to play on their second line this year. Actually got a decent amount of experience in the NHL last year, but still qualifies as a rookie because he played less than 25 games in the regular season. I think this guy obviously has the most NHL experience already, and is going to get really good second line minutes in Dallas this year, and I'm expecting him to thrive. Out of all the rookies to be drafting, ones that are going earlier in drafts, Logan Stankoven's probably the one I'm the most comfortable with actually drafting this year. He's probably going to get plenty of power play time, and he's going to get plenty of minutes. I know the coach will make sure of it. The dude's full of talent, and there's no reason they wouldn't want to play this guy. Taking a look on Yahoo, currently he doesn't have an ADP, meaning he's going pretty late in drafts. So honestly, that could be a real steal if that does hold up. NHL currently has him ranked at 112. I have him ranked closer to 143. So if he does fall in that range, I do think he is a definite value pick. I'm not overvaluing him either here. He is very fairly valued and definitely could exceed this ranking. So if he falls around that range, Logan Stankoven is definitely someone you want to be looking at. And he is my favorite for the Calder Trophy this year. Some other notable players that just failed to crack this list are Jagger Firkus, Joshua Roy, Matthew Savoy, Olin Zellweger, Jesper Wallstedt, Easton Cowan, Ivan Miroshnichenko, and Dalibor Dvorsky. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. If you enjoyed my content today, drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and consider joining my YouTube or Patreon if you do want to take that support to the next level. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Fantasy Tipped.